Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. The 10th. The 10th. Okay, 510, 510. So wanted to start, people, we keep getting new people, so got to go over the SPX indicator again. SPX indicator, okay? It's the Dow Jones divided by the SPX, okay? Now, for people that have a hard time doing math, some people do, that's okay. It's easy to divide by 10, okay? So if the Dow is up 50 and the SPX is up 5, the ratio, you divide 50 by 5, you get 10. The average is 10 to 1. Okay, historically, it's 10 to 1. So let's say the Dow is up 60. The SPX should, if you divide by 10, it should be up by 6. So you don't even need to divide the SPX. So let's say it's up 4, and you can't do the math, 60 and 4, okay? So it's 15 to 1, okay? But what you do is you just divide by 10, so it should be up 6. Right? If the SPX is up, or if the Dow is up 60, it should be up 6. So you just look at it and say, oh, it's up 4. Well, it should be up 6. That means it's not as strong. If the SPX, if the Dow is up 20, and you divide by 10, it says SPX should be up 2. But let's say it's up 5. You just look at it 5. So 5 is better than 2. So it's very strong. Same thing vice versa. And there's times when you get the Dow is down 20 and the SPX is positive. Well, if the Dow is down 20, the SPX should be down 2. But if it's positive, that's telling you it's tremendously strong. And there's times when the Dow is even and the SPX is down 10. Now, if you go vice versa, if the SPX is down 10, you times it by 10, and says the Dow should be down 100, but it's not. It's even. That's telling you something inside the Dow is making it positive, and there's something inside the SPX, which is 500 components, that's driving it lower. Okay? That's a quick thing. We'll continue to keep going over this stuff so you can pick it up. Okay? Very important. It's the best indicator out there. It's better than anything. There's not one thing out there that's better than this. Absolutely the best, okay? And then I use premiums. People keep asking me, how do I think? I use premiums because premiums tell you. It tells you if a thing is going to move or not move, okay? So very straightforward. I use premiums. What you use up to you, but I use premiums. Okay, let's get going here. Goldman Sachs doing nothing. What's it doing? Doing nothing. Slowly lower. 221, 219. And the reason it's going heading a little bit lower here, because they're going to say, oh, the Comey thing is going to cause delays and everything else. And if it gets delayed, it's worse. Now, just remember, Goldman Sachs, what Blankfein said. He said, we are set up for Glass-Steagall. If Glass-Steagall comes back, we are set up better than everybody. How far does Goldman Sachs go? But there's nothing there that says it's going to happen. But just know about it. Let's say it happens in 2 years. Then you know, oh, he told me 2 years ago that we're set up good for it. So now that it happened, we go play Goldman Sachs. Okay? Things you got to remember. Okay, upside 232. No reason to sniff it till 232. SPX is down, what, 1 or 2? Just sitting there. 23.96, just sitting there. 23.91, decent. 23.82 would be a little bit more short if it gets under there. We don't really do shorts, but you buy less, or etc. 24.06. We told you yesterday, has to get to 24.06 to go. 24.06. Baba. China continues to go. YY had good numbers this morning. NetEase has numbers tonight. Baba looks strong. Looks like they want to take it up 122.10 now. 122.10 and 124. Downside under 118 would be bad. Would be worse. CMG. Oh my, is this going to take out this 4? You got 3 sets of numbers here. Very rarely do you see 3 sets of numbers. You got 482 is your accelerator. You got 486 that's hard, and you got 488 beast. Any close over that 488 can go all the way to 503, and it can do it fast. Can it get there? Don't know. Looks like it wants to try the 486. So let's see what happens there. Google L needs 962. So it got near 962 and it stopped. And we sold our 962.50s and rolled up. Managing account 101, it's going to come down here. If it comes down to 951 and holds, we may go right back into those 962.50s at 50 cents. Wouldn't pay any more than that. Very straightforward. Google L, price line. They guided lower, let it go lower, let it go lower. Would like to see this thing go way lower. Now, one of the things I told Derek, and if you guys pay attention, and Derek has, don't get in love with anyone's stock. If I don't have Priceline and I have NVIDIA, I'm good with Priceline going down. I'd love to see Priceline go down 200 today. Then I can buy cheaper when I'm ready to buy it. Why do I care if it goes up or down? I don't have it. That's how you, because if you're a trader, that's how you have to think. You don't care. If you care, oh, well, it's going down. Well, you're losing focus. Focus on what you got. Okay? Technically, 1908 on the upside, 1839, 1806 on the downside. AGN continues to go lower. Going to move it off the screen. Okay, last day going to talk about moving off the screen. Needs 247, never got there, and now it's going lower. Now, Regeneron did good the other day, but, you know, and I told Steve, I said, it doesn't matter right now. They hate bios. That's it. They hate bios. It looked like it was going to go. Regeneron looks like it's going to go. You can play it for a day or two, and it's the strongest of the bios. But if they hate the sector, you get one-day moves, and you know you get radical moves. You can get them from $1 to $5, and we'll continue to play them if we see it moving. But what I'm telling you is the sector as a whole is just bad. You can see it, and I don't care if the IBB is about to break up or whatever. That's just all the smaller ones are starting to move back up, but the big boys are not moving. BIIB hadn't moved 6 months. Regeneron, yeah, had moved, but now it stopped. AGN had moved in 3 months. I mean, these things are not doing anything. Celgene can't break the 127 for 6 months. Gilead going to $30, maybe 20, as soon as the government tells them we're going to spank you on the price of their drug, you know. And, you know, I've ranted about this before, and I'll say it one more time. You can't sell a drug to the U.S. people at 90,000 and sell it to India for 10. You can't do it. Now, I understand it's the right thing to do in India, but you can't do it because you're charging our companies who are then charging the people premiums based on this stuff. You can't do it. So that'll be corrected, and Gilead goes to nothingness. I mean, it's going to go down, way down, okay? Been saying it for months. Netflix sitting there. Close over 159, I'll start looking again. Right now, in no man's land, okay? Amazon. We told you yesterday, 956, just a monster. Any close over 956, and this thing just goes rippy mode. Does it go? Don't know. Back under 949 is 946. Under 946, 935. Way lower. Okay? Can you get through 956? Now, somebody sent me a message today and said, hey, Sam, are you still holding Amazon? And I said, what I do is irrelevant. And I've said this over and over again to people. Okay? And when you ask me that question over and over again, I'm telling you, it means that you're not watching my video. It doesn't matter if I have Amazon. If I bought Amazon at $2 and I bought 3 layers of NVIDIA, we got the 105s, 115s, 113s, and I make $200,000 and I put $2,000 in Amazon, am I even watching it? Is it relevant? It's not relevant to me. So you have to trade your account, what you have. And the right question is, Sam, is Amazon the right play today? I don't have any problem with that question. Asking me if I'm holding Amazon does nothing for you. It does nothing, up or down. Okay? Learn to manage your account, not somebody else's. And I rant on Twitter all the time about all these people say, oh, you can buy this, you can buy, you can go buy IBM. Okay, who's going to go IBM try to make 10%? If you have $2,000 in your account, you go buy IBM, you're going to make $200 a year. Is that good enough? Oh, but they said buy IBM. Really? Based on your account. Get smarter. Okay, that's Amazon, 956. Very straightforward. Close over goes. Underneath goes lower. Win. People are saying that this whole raid thing is not all real. No idea what's real. No idea what's not. Under 119 is 116. Over 127 gets better. Facebook sitting there. I know people were buying Facebook yesterday. Steve likes it from a chart perspective. I don't look at the charts, and in my opinion, Facebook needs news. It's not going to go till it needs news. It's not going to go. It can go up $1. It can go up $2. And if you sell it, you do well. And it can go down $2. But right now he's sitting. He's in a 148, 152 range. That's it. Okay, very straightforward. Netties earnings today. Let's see what happens. 288, 288, 288, 306. YY had earnings. Now it's coming down. They're good numbers, but they're coming down. Let's see what happens. It was 56 earlier. So just have it on the screen because the earnings. NVIDIA, flying. So watch early. Now, NVIDIA, got to tell you about Google. So remember this. Google goes to 940. Then it goes down, 930, 920. And we had those 905s. Remember, we had the 905s. So some people held them. So you had the 905s. And let's say it goes to 940 and then it closes at 925. So your 905s are only worth 20. Okay? And then the next week, you open down a little bit. And then it takes off and it goes to 960 and those go to $55. Okay? So NVIDIA, every single metric was good. Okay? So let's say it goes to 117, 118, then it comes back to 115. Manage your account, how you want to sell them, what you want to sell. Okay? Very straightforward. But ours options are for another week out. Does this go? Does it take out high of year and then take off? Very, very possible. So see what happens. And now I'm going to give you one other strategy here. And I'm going to do this fast just because got to get going here. So NVIDIA, let's say NVIDIA gets to 120 today. We probably will not sell our 105s. What we will do is we'll go buy 117s or 118 puts. Okay? So if you buy puts, let's say it gets to 120. If you get to 120 and you buy those 118 puts for $2, that means you have the difference between 105 calls and the 118 puts is 13 points. Okay, if you paid $2 for those new puts, okay, you subtract $2 from that, you're guaranteed $11. If you're guaranteed $11, doesn't matter where NVIDIA goes. It can go to 50. You're going to make that $11. Okay, it doesn't matter. Well, no, you're going to make more because your puts are worth more. But worst case, inside there, you're worth $11. Well, you're going to say, well, Sam, why wouldn't I just sell my calls? Because the calls you're going to buy the next layer up are going to be way, way more expensive. So, because it's going up. Okay, so if you buy those puts, you throw $2 away, but let's say it runs to 132. So then you sell those 105s for all the way up at what, 27, right? You sell them for 27. You gave away 2, so you really got 25. That's better than buying the 120s, let's say pop, because the stock would be at 120, for $5 for next week, and it goes to 132, you make 7 more. So instead of making 7 more, you made 17 more. So just know that. So let's say you have the 113 calls or 115s for next week. If it gets to 120, I wouldn't do it at 120. If it gets to 125, yeah, then you can go do that too. Up to you. Up to you. Don't do what anybody else does. Okay, so keep eye on that. Apple, 153, 153. They go dividend X tomorrow. See if it goes. I would like to see 155, 155. Let's see what happens there. Tesla, runner. This one looks, we caught this yesterday, and you watch my numbers. When I give you numbers, when they get near it, they take off. We bought Tesla as soon as it got near 314. He was actually 312. As soon as it got to 312, we bought the 320s. At 120, Boom, sold them at 5. That fast. Just like that. Watch this one. 323, then you got 328, and it can really, really go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, comments, questions, NVIDIA, will it continue going? Looks good. Have to see what happens. Amazon, 956, hard, very hard. Sam, I know a premium model is proprietary. Do you consider intrinsic value as option is a good proxy? Possibly. We will discuss that tomorrow, Christian. Okay, got to get going here. Tesla was 314 an accelerator. Absolutely was the number. Derek Diggs, EA Electronics up 7. Nice. Positive for gaming. I would agree. Mac indicator we did. Google numbers. Google needs 962. 962. Great call. Thanks. Sam, on May 105 calls. Do I sell at the open? Don't know. I think it's going to go hit higher, but manage to your whole account. Okay, sell half. Do what's best for you. For those who did not get to invest, what strike could I enter? A couple bucks up. Well, I like the 120s for next week, but if the market craters on Comey, then they go to 0. But I would like the 120s for next week. They look okay. Don't have an NVIDIA next week yet. I buy right away in case it goes straight up. What you do is based on your whole account. See what happens. This thing, if it takes out 118, then I would say it's going higher. But it could stop at 118 and go back to 113 like Google did. So keep an eye on that. They write good reviews, get Google credits to buy things. Absolutely. A lot of friends' son does Google credits. Thank you very much. Just trying to get done here. Today's VIX is completely different from the VIX of many years ago. SIBO changed the calculation method in 2014. Before it didn't take into weeklies. Technically, today's VIX is much lower. Thank you, Christian. Excellent post. Please elaborate. Tell us if option premium is expensive. We'll do that tomorrow. NVIDIA buy rating upgraded to 140 highest target. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, thank you, everybody. Everybody have a great, great trading day. See you in chat. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Tom.